This is the Kilometro Lanciato, the KL, the World Speed Skiing Championships held each year at Cervinia in the Italian Alps. Competitors come from around the world to test their strength, skill, and courage, gunning for the unpowered land speed record. They come to risk their lives for the honor of being the fastest person on skis. They come to battle the forces of wind, gravity, and terror in a quest for high speed. Cervinia, high in the Italian Alps. And the Plateau Rosa, a massive glacier set below the Matterhorn. The course is steep, up to 68 degrees. It must be smooth and finely groomed, because at 120 miles per hour, the slightest bump can send a skier rocketing into the air, increasing his wind resistance and slowing his time. Competitors must pass rigorous equipment inspection. Skis, boots, poles, everything is examined and stamped. Then at the end of each competitive speed run, the equipment is double-checked, keeping this a ski event instead of an equipment event. Use of unstamped equipment means disqualification. The helmet cannot be too large. It must pass through this ring, 40 centimeters in diameter. Too much helmet turned the wrong way in a 120-mile-per-hour self-made wind can snap the strongest neck like a pencil. American champions Tom Simons and Steve McKinney designed this helmet themselves.
These little ridges taper from 7 centimeters in the front of the helmet to 6 centimeters in the rear, funneling the air. With the thrust created by these ridges, I can make minute adjustments in my angle of attack just by moving my head. For me, the challenge of speed skiing never ends. Even when I make a record-breaking run, I know I can still go faster. The speed skiing experience isn't limited just to the days of the competition either. It isn't even limited to the sport. It's a state of mind that encompasses every facet of life. It's an attitude of giving it everything you've got, undertaking all the training, all the discipline, all year round, and then at about 115 miles per hour saying, "Thy will be done."
The skiers are wired on adrenaline. At the top of the course, they limber up. These body-conforming speed suits are far from suits of armor. A high-speed fall, even in the cold snow, can melt this material into the skier's flesh. No lights, bells, or gates. They take off when they're ready, skating and pulling to build up speed.
It's a chance to be in one place at one time, to live a moment, exactly when, I mean, there's nothing else involved. You completely center on one thing. There's very few moments you really remember all your life, I think, you know. These are definitely one of them. Just a race to see if you can hold it all together. You know, it's demands everything from you. My favorite thing to do on skis, that's for sure. They prepare the course perfect. All you got to do is go up there and go down. You know?
The snowfall this year was comparatively light. Consequently, 2 crevasses near the top were only partially filled. These had to be bridged with metal and wood, then covered with snow, making for some radical bumps. The blue flags mark the course. The skiers drop into the steep section, building speed, 100, 110, 115 miles per hour. Wind resistance increases with speed. They drop into their most aerodynamic tuck, driving their hands forward like lances to better penetrate the mounting wall of wind. The red flags mark the speed trap, 68 degrees steep and 100 meters long. A set of photoelectric cells flash when a skier enters the time section, and another set flashes when he leaves. A computer measures the speed to within 1,000th of a second, delivering a readout to the judges. After the speed trap, the slope bottoms out quickly. This is the compression zone. The gravitational impact is enormous, and many competitors black out for an instant from the force. Maintaining balance, they spread their arms and stand up to let the wind resistance slow them down. And every run has its rewards. As this racer enters the speed trap delineated by the red flags, He fails to drive down with his upper body, thereby allowing the relentless wind to rip his position apart. His upper body comes up. The wind catches his chest, forcing his arms to the side for balance. He no longer rides the fast, flat ski. He becomes knock-kneed. This wild movement causes him to enter the most dangerous section of the course, the compression, off balance. These mistakes create a slower, more dangerous run.
Here comes the crevasse. Got to relax. Ride it smooth. I have to hit the steep under control. Stay down. Drive my arms forward. Can't let the wind catch my chest. Okay, I found the point of balance. Now, just let the skis work. Hold it together. Stay loose. For me, riding horses is like speed skiing. I grew up with horses and I learned to communicate with them. People are just glorified animals, really. And when you allow yourself to be an animal in motion, you get closer to your roots, closer to the earth. If you want to be a good rider, you must get back on the horse when you fall off. Climbing is the same. In May of 1973, Craig and I were beginning climbers. I fell 80 feet on the same climb and broke my back. Doctors told me that skiing was out for at least 2 years, but a year later, in 1974, I won the World Speed Skiing Championships in Cervinia. Climbing is scary. It shows me the weaker side of myself and makes me deal with it accordingly. The mental demands of climbing and speed skiing are the same. Within the fear, danger, and maximum effort lies either a center of perfect clarity or a fall. Hang gliding is also like speed skiing. The moments before takeoff are similar. You know you're about to leave your old reality behind and enter a new realm, the air, a world of penetration angles, wind resistance, and aerodynamics. A good hang glider pilot can stay in the air for hours, while a good speed skier flashes through the speed trap in less than 2 seconds. But the impacts of the two experiences are equal. Both blend spirit with advanced technology. Technology can be dehumanizing, but if we use it as a tool to push the outer limits, then it gives us greater freedom. something like 198 kilometers on skis, one has to have the energy directed, all of one's energy.
And there it is. Steve McKinney of the United States, a record run of 198.020 kilometers per hour. This is the last of the Kilometro Lanciato. Though this competition has become an international institution, it is unlikely that it will be held in Cervinia ever again. And there's a reason. Time and movement deteriorate a glacier. Consequently, the crevasses at the top of the run are now an unbridgeable ice wall. Here, then, is the end of an era more than 40 years in length. But the international speed skiing competition will endure. From the Alps to the Andes to the high Himalayas, the search begins anew. High in the rarefied air, ski slopes are being sought for a steep enough grade and a smooth enough compression. The quest will continue. The quest for high speed.